Hello and welcome to Mostly Off Topic Plays The One Ring, second edition. Slightly more diminished in our group today due to that real life Balrog of scheduling adults. Nothing worse. So we're without Sandro, Nick, and Joe, but we're going to play on. We're gonna play. Otherwise, you kind of like start to lose the thread, and it starts to kind of like go down. And one of the benefits of having a slightly larger play group is that you can kind of play even if one or two members aren't around. So I'm joined by not quite the usual crew, but we'll just cycle around. Do you want to just say hey?
Yeah.
You, Gabe?
Gabe, played Gert Gandry, man of Bree. That's it. There's no fun fact this week.
It's fair. It's fair.
Hi, I'm Sean. I play Esteldor, the Ranger of the North.
The North.
Yeah, I need to say Gondor then. Yeah.
Yes, I'll be careful there.
I nearly forgot my character's name as well.
That's the disadvantage of not playing for a little while.
Yeah, exactly. So, hi, I'm Matt. I play Arthaniel, the other Ranger of the North. Definitely not from Gondor.
Excellent. And if you see me doing this, I'm trying to suggest to Matt that he might want to move his boom mic a little bit closer to his mouth, because after he's had a drink, he moves it a little bit further away and he gets a little bit quieter, and it really messes up the audio levels on the stream.
I might need to get a straw. I think a straw is in order, just to...
I think that might be the way forward. So welcome everybody. Thank you very much for watching this wherever and however you're doing that. Recap then. So you guys are in the Midgewater Marshes looking for a lynx. Not quite. So you're following a trail that you encountered back in Bree from where you've come along, a map that was used by Thomas's family to a treasure hoard somewhere in the Midgewater Marshes. You've followed that along, swerved a few nefarious ne'er-do-wells in Bree, and managed to navigate your way through the marsh. You've come across the ruins of one of the fallen kingdoms of the north, and our rangers had a vision of times past when the kingdom was still there but in its last legs, and it looks like the whole of these ruins are remnants of a royal place, close as you are to Amon-Sul Weathertop. As you moved further through the ruins, you encountered multiple man-made boardings trying to stop water, excavations half abandoned, and then eventually made your way to where the barrows were, where you think that the treasures of Thomas's family were brought from. You've encountered a small group, 9 fellows from Tharbad. They're led by Malga. They're covered in mud. They're weary. They're talking about 2 of their number that have been left in the cave. There's a smell of treasure hunters about them, and indeed they are here under orders from the captain of Tharbad to recover and return wherever they can. A tense encounter moderated by the peace-loving Gudrun, then broken by your little hobbit that you found, who declared himself to be Bilbo Baggins and the harbinger of a dwarven army. This is news to everybody, starting with Bilbo Baggins and anybody who's part of the Dwarven army, but it caused some sense of confusion in the ranks of the Tharbadians, and that's where we left last time. And now remember, these group, Malga's party, they are armed, they have weapons, but they haven't drawn them, and they're as wary of you as you are of them. It's how my dad used to say about cows. They're as scared of you as you are of them. But just like cows, there's a little bit of an edge to this group, and they could stampede at any time. But I don't know if I've ever used a cow analogy in any role-playing game before, but there we have it.
It's amazing.
Yeah. So, nobody's quite sure how to react to this declaration of the hobbits.
Barnack being Thrain, was it? Or no, Dane. It wouldn't be Thrain.
Yes.
Dane.
Yes.
King Dane.
I think so, King Dane. So we'll pick up from there. You're kind of like in front of the barrow. There's this muddy, tense, small fire. These Tharbadians are kind of like muddy up to the top of their knees. There's a level of weariness, a level of tension around them. You've crept close to them, and it's now in a bit of a standoff.
We asked them about their business, right? Because I'm putting my detective/investigator ranger hat on and saying, well, damn it, I knew I was supposed to do. Sorry. So we have questioned them, right? So can we recap on that? Did they try to say anything?
Them, and they said that they were treasure hunters, that they were here to recover items of interest for the captain of Tharbad. I think you'd also challenged them to say that this was your people and that hands off and such like.
Yes.
They are wanting to leave. Their problem is that a couple of their number were caught or
injured?
captured in the barrow. Something scary. And they're very, very... There was an argument happening, I think, about whether and who was going to go back into the barrow to kind of like go through.
Is there any way I can pull Esteldor to side, or just at least sort of lean so I can try to whisper a little bit?
I don't remember. Was Esteldor hiding?
Yeah, I was in the bushes further back.
Yeah, exactly. Okay,
yeah.
that's it. Yeah. Okay.
I mean,
Did Thomas with me?
He was with
did
you. He was hiding as well.
Yeah.
In plain sight, probably.
But no, he busted out and offered them all the good sausages. I remember this.
Yes, that's right.
So, yeah. It's not a major concern for Gert, but he would like to preserve as many of those sausages for us in all of the hubbub that's ensuing here.
And I think that they had indicated that they would leave, but they needed to recover their people from the cave. Yeah. They weren't so interested, and I think that they had said that they would kind of like give the treasures that they had recovered if you were to help them.
I think we were on our way to brokering a deal where we went in with them, and Bilbo Baggins busted out.
Yeah, that's pretty much right. Yeah, so that's what's happening.
Yeah, I agree. So
that's the scene that's there. I'm Bilbo Baggins, and so is my wife. says a little hobbit friend. No, I'm Bilbo.
Will the Bilbo Baggins stand up?
The real Bilbo Baggins.
The real Bill Baggins, yeah. Okay, so I just speak to them then. So I have given it a little thought, and I think it's in everybody's interest that we help you recover your mates. I know that they are in a bit of a sticky situation, so let us help you, and maybe we can talk afterwards.
That'd be great, but what about this dwarven army?
King Dane, I must advise you, as your key advisor in the area, you may not enter here and endanger yourself, please. This is why we brought the Rangers of the North.
Barnack catches on, nods. Good plan, my key advisor. And I think it would be quite dangerous for our young man here to go in as well. Gudrun, perhaps you and I should stay outside with Thomas. Keep an eye on this, and when my army arrives, I will get them to pitch defensive positions. Yes, that would be great, says Gudrun.
It's uncanny how good that was.
Oh, it's amazing, wasn't it? Yeah. It's like a blend of Old Woman 3, 9, and 12. Yes, that's exactly what we'll do. This is the reason why I don't play female player characters mostly, because I just always sound like this.
You what?
So Gudrun, Thomas, Barnack have conveniently resolved not to go into the cave to create a whole PC problem. They're going to stay back. It's not all of my people will be going in either. There'll be 3 of us.
Yes, I was going to suggest that 3 of us and 3 of you. Together, we'll recover your comrades. That way, you'll know you can rely on the folk of Bree and King Dane's word, and the Shire, all represented somehow.
Tolman, the Hobbit, kind of like creeps a little bit closer as preparations are starting to be made. He leans into you, Gert, and says, I'm not actually Bilbo Baggins. I made that bit up. I don't know that there's a dwarven army coming either. I don't know what accent I'm trying to do either. I don't know from where in the Shire I come from now.
He had kind of a shoyer
He
accent.
might have had, but this is as close as I can do it.
No!
I got myself a tractor, I have, and a combine harvester. I'll give you the keys.
And so Gert kind of just leans down and says, it's all right. Your clever ruse is helping us smooth over the trouble that your clever ruse caused. Yes.
I don't know if you're telling me off there or not. My mouth was very clear when I was getting told off.
Will you be accompanying us, or would you rather stay?
No, I'm gonna go in, but I'll probably go in after you.
Very good.
I'll just keep myself to myself, and I'll have a look around and see what's of interest.
The less said about the Dwarven army, its existence or not, the better.
Oh, absolutely. I think we went to all parts of the Shire and some parts further afield.
We went to the high Western Shire.
That's right. So what are you guys kind of like doing? So Malga goes back to his group and gathers them around. They're having a small huddle, whispered conversation. Some of it quite animated. What are you guys doing?
I'll just sort of make myself less combative. I just want to convey now a slightly positive message, that I'm actually here to help a little bit. So, I just want to make sure that, my posture changes so that they can see. Obviously, we're not going to build trust or anything, but I'm just relaxed now. So just sort of like standing there and waiting for them to go.
Arthaniel stops pretending to stab an effigy of a Tharbadian.
Yeah.
Gert says, Can one of the several rangers of the north out there step forward and join us?
Several.
I guess that would be me.
Yeah, the bush rattles and I like stand up at the top of the bush.
They
Oh,
kinda
good.
like-
One of our finest.
they
Trick out my hair. I'll walk over.
the Tharbadians kind of like glance and they start to talk a little bit more. Thomas wanders over and says, "You guys look hungry," and starts offering around. And then he kind of heads back to Bert. The parrot, and starts rifling in that. I've got some some day beer as well from Bree.
You've gone too far.
Takes it across.
Stay out of the night beer.
You notice he's accidentally picked up the night beer, Gert?
Well, Arthaniel, that was for you, so I don't know.
Might have to live without it
So in front
until
of
we
you,
come back to Bree.
in front of you, there's the barrow, which is like a grass mound. They've excavated away what looked to have been some steps, kind of like down into it, and there's clearly a stone lintels and top piece across where there's a doorway. But then there's this very hasty barricade put in front of it, nailed in with wooden plankings across, quite haphazard. Even it's just not up to the French standards of barricades, and the French are pretty experienced barricaders. This was more hasty than anything else. Arthaniel and Esteldor, you can see carved on those stonework a couple of warriors facing inwards, so one on either side, spears held aloft, kite shields down there, very stylistic, very very similar to what you would find in a Numinas or Fornost or any of the holds of the north. Water's been dripping down. You can see the moss and the lichens clinging to it, but very distinctly of your people. Marcus steps forward. We're ready. When you want to go in.
Yeah, we're ready to go.
It's dark in there. A couple of his fellows have got torches that they're now starting to wrap some cloth around, starting to kind of like light it up.
Gert will get a torch prepared too, knowing that one of the rangers uses a spear, two-handed, and that the sword-wielding ranger probably needs to be able to move around without a torch.
Yeah, probably got two-handed.
Yeah, so Gert's happy to also have a torch.
Yeah. So some of Malga's people go forward and start to take apart the barricade. It doesn't take them very long to do so. And then you can see hanging open a set of double doors. The hinges broken, just slightly wide enough for you to squeeze through. And you can see just coming from within there a grey smoke drifting along the floor. And where it touches, you hear as ice starts to form and some of the plant life starts to quickly fade away.
So what's the formation is literally we can go one after the other, right? It's so narrow and
Yeah, you single file unless you want to start to pull open the doors a little bit more.
yeah, we have to do it to give us space. So I'll
There
try to
is a
push the
saying.
door open.
Rangers lead the way.
Yeah, I'll help. I'll help you to try and get them open. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Esteldor, Arthaniel, you move forward, and then you can feel the coldness, and you can hear, and it's just on the periphery of your vision, what feels like the sounds of battle, sword against sword, hammer against shield. Was that just the winnowing of a horse? You grab the doors and it feels cold to touch, and you open and pull, and it drags across the ground, and light slowly spills into a chamber that's 30 foot high, carved seemingly into some of the rock below, but then you see the dirt sides of the mound, and you see the old oaken beams that seem to hold it up. The daylight just seems to go slowly in, and you can see the stone flags covered in dirt. It looks like there's a reflection towards the back. You can't tell quite how far it goes in, but as it's gone down into the ground, it's larger than the mound above it would suspect. The carving is all faded away. At one time it would have been inlaid with colours and maybe precious materials, and you can see the edge of what looked to be 3 sarcophagi. The middle one stone, the others rotten away. The tops have been broken, and these have been plundered. It were like that when we arrived, Malga says.
Mm-hmm.
I think these are the least of our worries now.
Do we see the men?
As
Barbadians?
you go closer in, Gert, your light starts to fizz a little bit, and rather than it giving off this orange glow, it seems to give off a much more green, dull tint to the light as you step within. Slowly the light from the torch and the flickering of the shadows around, you can see some of the roots of the plants now kind of coming through, but you can't see anybody's in front of you, and it feels tighter and more close than you remember. We were past those. There's a pool of water, and it looks like it goes down into a lower area. There's all kinds of carvings down further on, and Malga has got his sword. His 2 companions, one with an axe, another with a short sword. You see freshly oiled on their blades.
I'll turn to Gert and go. Stay close to us, Gert. Watch your footing.
Gert looks at his feet. Right, yes, closer to you. Good idea. Kind of almost bumps into the back of Esteldor.
That's fine.
Esteldor draws his sword, but he actually manages to reach through and grabs Gert's.
So I guess we're just pushing forward.
Yeah.
Slowly you push forward, your eyes searching off into the darkness. It's bitterly cold here. Looking around, you're taking in all of those little details, those traceries along the sarcophagi side, scenes of battle. Beneath your feet, you see different depictions of various flowers and vines running along the edge where the stone ground meets the earth, the oaken beams. You can see that there's vines of grapes carved through. All signs of wealth and prosperity of an ancient kingdom. You're now just coming up to the edge of the coffins, and you can see clearly Esteldor and Arthaniel. These are coffins of probably lieutenants of the king, or meaningful figures that possibly died in the battle that he was slain in as well. One of them seems to be rotten, and you can just catch a little bit of a glint of leather that's been opened in there. A gap wide enough for maybe a small body to kind of creep in and reach and grab handfuls of gold as needed to feed their family. And then you can see the reflection of the light of this pool of water, and then further what looks to be a staircase, stone, moving off into a more narrow, deeper place. I can sense you. You hear raspy coming from the darkness. I can feel your warmth. I can sense your bloodlines. Crushed. They were crushed. Did everybody hear that? Tolman says.
Yes.
It's not quite as scary then. I thought it might have just been in my head.
It definitely wasn't just in your head.
I'm coming for you. I'm going to crush you too. You failed to defend me and my line. You're traitors.
This feels like a more personal matter between the Rangers. But I'll stand with you.
Malga. That didn't happen last time.
What did happen last time, quickly? Did you see anything?
Well, we were investigating these 3 coffins, and then we went a little bit closer, and then into the darkness a little bit, and then it just struck, and it grabbed them, and they screamed. We just felt so scared, and then we fled.
You actually didn't go past this room then?
No. We were going to, but there was. I mean, you can see there's lots of interesting things in here.
Sure. And then your comrades have been taken. Some of your comrades.
2.
Yeah.
And he steels himself. I can't go back to Tharbad. My wife would kill me. So her brother.
Well, they must be further down those stairs.
Yeah.
I don't know that we should wait for someone to come and crush us. I believe we should recover the Tharbadians and make haste out of here.
That's a good plan. Yes.
Yeah,
let's go with that.
Before we carry on now, Paul, can I get close to the middle coffin? You said
Yep.
a stone, didn't you?
Yes, that's right.
Is anything identifying on the coffin who was placed in it?
Oh, okay. How is this just like a casual glance, or is this like you're going to start to more thoroughly look at it?
I mean, might as well look at it thoroughly.
Yeah. Okay. Esteldor pulls out his wax paper, starts to take carvings, ribbons.
Okay,
We should do a check.
So it's very obviously somebody of reasonably high standing, possibly a noble in their own right, and it's very easy for you to see that the carvings no longer depicting the moment of death, and it does very much look to be the battle that the old king was riding out to when his sent his son off from the vision that you kind of like saw there. So make a what's the equivalent of like investigation is what I was looking for. Make an explore roll. Yeah, that'll be fine.
Okay. Yeah, I passed by 1.
That's very well. Okay.
Yep.
So you this is your heritage. This is your history and your family line. So you're going to get quite a lot from just looking at it. In any case, it's not obscure arcane knowledge to you. Is I guess what I'm kind of saying. You do think that this was the shield bearer of King Arvaleg. You can see all the indications that that's the case. There's no name present there, but it talks about how he died in service to Arvaleg the First, his king, defending Weathertop against the enemies of Arnor.
Okay.
What are the rest of you guys doing as Esteldor looks there?
I could just do a general scan of the room via explore as well, just to make myself more accustomed to it. Anything I can spot.
Yeah, okay. Give me a scan roll.
No. Sorry, I wanted to explore. Pardon
okay. Yeah, take a little bit more time then. Okay.
Yeah, exactly. That's it. Yeah. Explore. I have What's target number? Okay. Yeah. So this is yes. It's just I've just got it. There's nothing extra special. Just on the target number.
Oh, so you got it on the target number? Sorry.
Yes. Yeah. Sorry.
Right, okay,
The most.
So
ordinary
as your
success.
eyes are become accustomed to the gloom and this dull green light that all of the torches are showing now, you can see all of the signs of prosperity, that all of that symbolism, the vines, the wheat sheaves, the signs of war, the signs of royalty, but any specific indications or heraldry associated to King Arvaleg or Arafor or the Kingdom of Arnor or the Dunedain or what have you, they've all been etched away, all been taken out, defaced, something along those lines. So anything that is heraldically linked to the line that you're part of has been defaced.
So of course I share that. Well, I'll just share it with Esteldor if
there, and as you look at the coffins, you can see where the name would have been has been removed, defaced as well.
That's a bit concerning. I think we need to have a look into that. further, apart from the issue with the men.
It was cowards
Yes, definitely. Yeah.
like you that caused the downfall of my kingdom.
Yeah, that's a bit disturbing.
We need to deal with that.
Yep.
Put it on the to-do list. Defer it until maybe a week or two.
Mm-hmm.
I just go back to the Tarbot man and just ask them. So you are saying that you didn't hear the voice before when you entered, only now you hear it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Uh,
I'm sure it will be fine. It's just probably because it's more of us, and of course this is an ancient place, steeped in history. So let's just move on and see, and we can find if we can find your comrades.
You move yourself forward so that you now stand in line with the outside edge of the this row of sarcophagi. So you're further into the barrow, and you can see this pool of water in front of you, and then the steps across it. There's a little bit of a trickle, a movement of the water as it goes down the steps. And you can see as you're a little bit that it's not a particularly deep descent down, and you can see another much smaller area in front of you down the other side of these short set of steps. And there's a grand, what looks as if it's made of stone again, sarcophagus. You can see the feet of a body and carved body on top of it. You can't see the whole of it, and it looks as if there was some posts, and you can see the rotten remains of some fabric that seemed to have been kind of like a four-poster bed gathered around to act as a shroud around it.
So you're saying that the pool of water is sort of like dripping along,
So
next
you've
to
got,
the
so if you
staircase.
imagine a rectangular room, the bottom third or so of it, there's a shallow pool of water, not obvious where it's coming from, but you're in a marsh, so maybe it's just the groundwater, what have you. And there's a small movement of the water as it's dropping down the steps, so it's kind of like it's just going down that way.
Yeah. Okay, I'm with you now. Okay. But it's clear that the water must be coming into the room as well. So it's not like it's just a pool that is being emptied.
No, it's not. It's not stagnant, but it's not free flowing by any measure.
No. Okay. No. Yes. Let's proceed. I head down the.
Okay, so you're heading down, Arthaniel.
Gert's reading the faces of the Tharbadians. Are they going to make it down these stairs?
Make an insight check.
All right.
So without a check, they're really scared. They're looking across to Malga. Malga's taking a bit of a swallow.
Gandalf. And a Tingwar. Gandalf and a Tingwar. I'll just keep that up all day.
What do you want to do with the Tingwar?
Well, what can I do with the Tingwar? Can I do it quickly?
A bit more, you can do it a bit quicker.
I'd like to learn a bit more. I want to really... time doesn't permit Gert pulling out his pipe and, trying to really take it all in, but, yeah.
Okay. So without the roll, you'll have learned that they're stealing themselves, but that they're really quite afraid. But they are committed to at least finding out kind of like what happened. With the roll and with the Tengwar, the first thing you recognise, and it strikes you, why didn't you see this before? There's a strong familial resemblance between all of the Tharbadians. They're possibly cousins, or they're from the same clan. They've all kind of got similar hair coloration, similar eye coloration, similar facial build. So they're bound by family ties, you suspect, or blood ties, as much as they're kind of like, gang out together. At least these three, and you also are pretty confident they're not trying to like turn on you. They're not trying to lead you into a trap by any measure. They're wholly focused on this situation, which is quite harrowing for them.
So that's going to explain to Gert why some of them didn't want to come in, but some of them basically insisted on coming in. Does Gert remember kind of the look of the people that left behind? Were they all, in his mind's eye, looking the same-ish?
No, there was quite distinct kind of like so they're all people, and they're all people from the same kind of like stock, if you will. But these are the ones that you think look most alike.
Okay. So with that, Gert will offer them some kind of words of encouragement. All right then. Let's get down there, recover your comrades as quickly and as safely as possible. We can do this.
Okay. The water is freezing, and it seems to seep quickly through your quite sturdy boots as you step into it. It's not especially deep, but the chills come all the way through your legs, up into the hearts of your bodies. You keep moving forward, a drip down lands, and you can see that water seeping from the walls as you edge further towards the stairs. The body carven on top of the coffin is royal. There's a scepter, a rod, a sword, a crown. This is not worn away or weathered in any way, and as the dullness of the light as Gert and the Tharbadians moves forwards and starts to reveal it, you can see two bodies prone, almost like bundled, halfway along the coffin.
So there's no way to avoid the water then, Paul?
No, not if you're going to go through there or you've got the ability to fly.
Okay. Oh, it's so cold. Oh.
As I enter the room, can I get off the water? I mean,
so you go to the top of the steps, and you're like slightly raised part of the stone. The water's moving. It's not flowing. It's just making its way down the steps. Like dampness kind of moving down. There's a small pool, but nothing like puddle more than pool at the bottom. Easily strode over, and you can see these two bodies dressed like the Tharbadians. One of them looks as if it's got a mark on the side of its head, kind of like a blunt trauma has been suffered there. They're not moving.
So they look unconscious then, at least.
Yeah.
If not dead. Okay.
Well, you don't know whether they're dead or not, but definitely.
Yeah.
None of them are playing the banjo, and there are no group hugs or high fives
Great.
down there at the moment.
So let's check that. I mean, then am I able to get down the stairs then, just to see the other room?
You start to proceed down the stairs.
I'm gonna draw my sword.
Yeah, I'll put my hand on on the sword as well.
Okay. Cautiously moving down. It's quiet, and you can hear your steps, and you can hear your breath, and you can see your breath, and you're looking into the darkness. What are you doing, Gert, with the light source?
Even as close to Esteldor's head as possible.
Okay. There's very little
And
warmth reaches you, but it's ruined your night vision.
I'm keeping it close to the Rangers, knowing that the Tharbadians have 2 torches.
Yeah, they're at the
amongst
top
them.
of the stairs, and they're coming down, following through. They've drawn their swords. And you get to the
Gert is
bottom,
one-handing his axe with the torch as well.
and you step across the pool, and you can see the glory of the royal coffin. The metals tarnished but not robbed. But the name of King Arvaleg struck through and replaced with runes of a language that you do not understand, but that is sharp-edged and malevolent.
Okay.
I owe fealty to another king. Long may Angmar reign. I am going to take your warmth like I took the warmth from these. Arise! Arise, my warriors. And the 2 figures stand.
Yeah.
And then, out of the shadows, a cloaked figure, darkness, pinpricks of green light, a mailed fist with a gleaming ancient sword. So neither party is particularly surprised, so there is no ambush. If we were playing D&D, I'd be like, so let's roll initiative. So you guys are going to get to act first. These 2 Tharbadian figures have kind of like risen, and you can see them eyes pushed back in their heads as they kind of start to move. One's got a short sword, the other's got an axe, and then there's this fell creature, a crown broken atop its head. What are you doing, guys?
So he is kind of behind them.
Are the Tharbadians at the top of the stairs, or did they come down with us?
They came down with you. They're a little distance behind.
Is the hooded figures just sort of in the line, well, behind the 2
Yeah.
arisen? Okay. Okay.
So let's what's dances? So what are you doing? So let's just check what you're doing.
So, Gert's going to adopt an open stance. And
I will just go. Yeah. Sorry.
Well, it's almost more for himself, but he's going to try to enhearten everyone with some words of courage that are really mostly for himself.
Don't fuck this up, Gert. Okay, you're going to open stance. You're staying where you are. You've got your torch, and you're going to be motivation.
Yep.
Arthaniel.
Hopefully.
Yeah. So there's basically, we will get the first 3. I'm going to go into, let's have a look. I'll start with the forward stance, then try to maybe draw a first line of attack in front of Gert.
I think I'll go. Yeah, I'll go forward stance as well.
Okay. Animated by the baleful magic, these 2 Tharbadians step forward. I think I'm going to need some a dread roll, so a shadow check as you encounter these
Oh no,
this
Shadow.
evil. I'm trying to remember what we do for that.
I thought you said bread roll, but
Yeah, bread roll. I need to have a bread roll.
gotta
Not
be
a
hungry,
small
sausage sandwich.
sausage sandwich.
yeah.
Sausage roll? Is that a Tingwar?
If you got a Tengwar, then you can have a sausage roll.
Oh,
So dread.
Oh.
Dread.
Some cable tracking. Yeah.
Dread is valor. It
Valor
seems.
is correct.
Okay. Which will be TN of your heart. Yeah.
Valor would be TN of your. Yeah, I would imagine heart. B for Valor, 78. Heart. Yep. Heart for Valor, wits for wisdom.
Yeah. Okay.
So, what did you get there, Gert?
16. I got 22 with a Tangwar. So sausage roll is
Ooh.
mine.
It's a D12 and a D6, isn't it?
Yeah, so it'd be your feet dice, and then however many.
Your valor points.
Yes. Yeah.
So yes.
Oh, my bad. That is not correct then. Hold on.
Well, let me just check
Reroll.
this. So Valor roll. Yeah.
So yeah, we have a valor
Equal to the
1.
character's appropriate rating, which would be your Valor. Yeah.
So,
And it's
okay.
against the heart target number.
Yeah. Okay.
So if you have Valor
they got
1,
another
you basically-
Tangwar. Yeah, Valor 1 is
Ooh.
right.
Yep.
Mhm.
Okay.
I failed.
I failed with a Tangwar, so I guess that doesn't matter.
Yeah, it's just a fail. Esteldor, you failed.
Yeah. Nothing. Not no oil or nothing. But I got. Yeah. I got like 8.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, I don't.
Yeah. So sorry, I'm also 1, and you only roll 1 feat die. Yes.
Yeah. You only want to
Yeah.
your
Can you-
make it favored?
Can you spend hope on this?
Yeah, I think so.
Well, maybe I'll spend hope on this
I
then.
think you should.
And that's another feat die, right?
Yeah.
Damn it.
It's not a success
That's
die.
a
The
success
D12
dice.
is the feat die. Yeah.
Yeah, it's another success die.
Hang on. So one of those.
We have played this game before. People watching.
Yes.
A long time ago in a galaxy far, far away.
Okay, I have the grey wizard or the white wizard.
Oh,
Okay,
yes.
very good.
So and then an 8. There's no Tangwars, but the Gandalf has not arisen.
Okay.
Sorry,
So,
he has arrived.
Arthaniel, you're able to gird yourself and only take 2 points of shadow. Esteldor and Gert, you take 3 points of shadow.
This is brutal.
Yep.
Ouch.
So, up to you to narrate how that manifests itself and how you feel, but you can see in front of you a king of old, desecrated, defaced, turned to the very enemy that he lost his life fighting. He's proclaimed himself for Angmar and declared that he serves just one king now. The power of the Rangers of the North, the power of the Kingdom of Arnor has no place here. Gert, perhaps less steeped in that history, is just shitting himself because it's fucking scary.
It's trolls and wolves are one thing, but this is not what he signed on for.
I think what went through Esteldor's mind is revulsion and like hatred at first, and then once he declared he was for Angmar, like he had like a flashback to his dad telling him some stories or something. He got used to scary when he was a kid. So yeah, have a bit of a twinge in his chest.
Yeah, I mean it's a bit different maybe for me. So Arthaniel, like initially very concerned and worried, like what the hell's going on, but once he realized that this is the enemy that we're dealing with here, so completely switched on the adrenaline and the aggressive approach. We need to purge this place, you know, and we need to just avenge the line and you know in our history and then get this guy.
Indeed. So Arthaniel and Esteldor, you adopt a forward stance, caring less for your lives and more for vanquishing the evil. Esteldor's face communicates he may be rethinking this. The two animated Tharbadians stand betwixt you and the Wraith. What are you doing? Shall we start with you, Arthaniel?
Yeah, sure. I mean, it's clear, sort of two and one behind, and same on the opposite side. I'm just going to go into one of those little underlings. I'm just going to attack him. So I'm hoping to do something here. I guess I can spend the point of hope to try and, you know, like lift my spirit and make sure that we make good progress in the combat now. And I have to declare a pierce blow, right? Before I do it. So I'll do it now.
So you're using the combat task. So what?
Yeah, sorry, I just opened that. It's just I think pierce blow. You have to like declare it before you want to do it. So it's a bit of a gamble tactic, right?
What is pierce blow? Piercing blow.
Sorry, I can do a special attack, right? That's sorry. That's how I remembered it. You can do a special attack before, and then you can then turn it. And if you don't get a tangua, then it just kind of misses. It's called piercing blows.
No, so I think you're thinking of first edition. So a piercing blow is simply where you roll a 10 or greater on the feat die, though I think you've got some. For you, I think it might be less because you've got a keen spear.
Yep. I have all kinds of shenanigans here. I'm looking at my notes. So basically, I have to get a tangua.
Yes.
If I don't, then it's just whatever.
So if you get a tangua, all right. So if you get a tangua, then you can use the special damage pierce, which is where you add +3 to the feat die to try to trigger a piercing blow, which is where the adversary then rolls against its protection test to see whether you deal a piercing blow to it, and if you do, and it can kill it if its might is 1. But you need to do 2 piercing blows if its might is 2, and 3 if its might is 3, and so on.
Yeah. Okay. And then, sorry, I clearly don't remember as much as I wanted to. So 1 point of hope gives me just another attack die. So I have 4, and then 1 of those.
Yeah. I'm vague on whether you can spend hope on combat rolls. Is anybody definitive as to whether you're allowed to spend hope on combat rolls?
I'll check it now.
We did before, but I don't know if that...
I remember in my first battle, I think I did, but...
Oh, let's move on. Let's keep the game flowing, and we can check it later. So you can spend hope on combat rolls, but let's keep going.
Yeah. Okay. So this is basically me rolling sort of 4 and then 1 and trying to get something that is okay. So this is just again, so it's just nothing special. I have a success, but there's no Tengwar and there is nothing sadly again.
Okay,
it's just a normal success.
Yeah, this adversary has no parry, so you don't need to modify your target number by anything. So you race forward. Spear.
Yeah.
The weight of your spear stabs into it. How much endurance do you inflict against it?
Yeah, it's 2 hands, so it's 16.
Can I have a snacky?
Yes. So you do how much endurance?
Yeah, 16.
16.
It's just I'm just going like with the whole might that I have, holding the spear, just head on, nothing special, nothing fun, just aiming for the body and
Are you
trying
sure
to
it's
move
16?
him
Because
out
it'd just be the damage of the spear. It's not its injury rating.
Oh, sorry, damage is 4. No, it's 4. Yes. Sorry, I'm misreading this. It's 4 damage.
Yeah. Okay. Cool.
16 would be nice though.
16 would be very nice. Okay, so you race forward, you engage with it, putting the full body, ramming it with your full body behind. You batter through its defences, can pierce it. You hear Maglar go, "Ah!" Scream out behind. Esteldor. Arthaniel is in close combat with one of them.
Okay. Do they clearly look dead or not?
Yes. Their eyes are kind of the whites of their eyes are turned back, and they're not moving with the fluidity that you have come to expect from a live creature. And there's a balefulness about them, a malevolence.
Yeah, I'm not a fan of killing someone still alive.
Evil. It's good of you to check, unlike your companion Arthaniel, who was clearly unleashed.
Because if you said that they were like just possessed or something, I probably would have whacked them with like the blunt end of my blades, not knock them out.
Maybe they are possessed. Maybe they are possessed. One of them's got quite a bad wound to the side of its head that you suspect was probably a mortal blow.
Fair enough. Cool. Yeah, I'll go 2-handed and just whack the other one.
Yeah. Okay.
Opposite one.
Yep. Made it wrong. So you go to the opposite one. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, I'm not adding nothing to it this time. Hang on, I'll get an extra 1D, don't I? Yes, I do.
Yeah, sorry, Paul. If that's okay, can I just come in on that? So I didn't add another D, which I should. So can we just agree that I didn't spend the point of hope, but I got the extra one from the... Yeah, okay, thanks.
Come on. Oh, fudge. I got 2 6s, but I've got an ISA run on my...
Oh.
No.
Well, that's the speed dial to Angmar.
So you've got your sword, haven't you?
Yeah, longsword. Yeah.
Yeah. So you kind of like sweep in, smash against the weapon. It looks like you're gonna kind of like do a really deep cut against it, but then it just kind of like moves to the side, and the wraith figure kind of like moves in, so just the sword out of the way. The sword splashes, and you can see there's just blood being formed down on the sword, but it's not clear where it's come from. And as the blood starts to come down the blade, it dries and just flakes off, and the wraith laughs. See the power of the shadow. Our will be done. And you do nothing. Gert
is shitting himself. in times on the road, when Gert's feeling lonely or afraid, he thinks about his family. And so he does that here. And he remembers what he saw in those Starbadians, that they are a family. So he kind of turns to them. He sees that the Rangers are doing their best in the face of this thing. And he knows that he's not quite ready to enter into trying to fight one of these things. So he kind of turns to the Tharbadians and says, this is not your family anymore. But you must lay them to rest with us. You must enter the fray. It's all right to be afraid, but you must overcome it now, here, immediately. And he's kind of telling himself that too, but he can't move his feet, so trying to get other people to move their feet. So Gert is actually favored in Enhearten, and I'm going to spend a point of hope to give myself the best chance at some extra successes here. Okay, I got one Tengwar. It's definitely a success. I got a 20-something with a Tengwar. So a regular success is that everyone in forward stance gets an extra D. The Tengwar means that everyone in open and forward stance gets an extra D.
That's right. So next round, you guys have got one extra dice each. Gert's voice starts a little bit, but then something takes him, and this close, tight air that has been gathered around you is almost blown away by the strength of this Bree man, reminding the Tharbadians that the vessels that are in front of them are not the souls of their friends and family. The Tharbadians move forward, coming past him, and start to draw their weapons. Malgar says, "The Tharbad!" and moves forward down the stairs. They were starting in open stance, so they won't benefit from the Enhearten yet, because it'll affect them next round. But they close in on the two figures. "You take the big one," they say to the Rangers. Of course. 8. So that is going to be it's a threatening and piercing blow, actually, for that guy. So Malgar comes down. He's got a sword. He kind of comes down to the one with Arthaniel. "You take the big guy!" And he kind of slams in. "I know you're not my family anymore." And you have got armor of 1, 10, and just decapitates him straight through. It just drops down as he gets a piercing blow with his sword. Pushes Arthaniel kind of like almost in his back as he kind of goes forward. The other two engage the one with Esteldor, but that one kind of it gets parried away quickly by the axe, and the other one he just can't quite get enough room to kind of like swing with his axe as well, and we'll hit the top of their round. So the one that is on with you, Esteldor, he's now got 3 targets to go like pick at, but he's going to have a go. He's going to have a go at you. So he's going to roll that, and he loses a point of hate because he's now in combat with somebody with a torch, because the Tharbadian's got a torch. He, however, did get an Eye of Sauron, clearly guided by yourself. What am I rolling against? I'm rolling against. You're in forward stance, aren't I? So it is
And
what would their target number be?
I'm trying to have a look. I can't.
There's a place here of strength modified by the parry range. It's your parry score.
Mm-hmm.
But because you're in forward strength, forward strength doesn't matter. That just gives you extra dice, doesn't it? That's right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, Esteldor's parry. What is your parry?
17.
17.
Yep.
Well, it's going to automatically succeed anyway, because it got the Iron Sauron. It does 3 points of endurance against you. It kind of comes in and kind of like got one hand is holding off the guy with a torch in its face. The other, it kind of comes underneath your defences. It's just a glancing blow across your torso.
Okay.
That one's dead. And the red steps forward into the space.
Oh no, I'm on 24 endurance.
And he reaches out with his hand and he starts to just concentrate on you. I will take your warmth. And he starts to just, and you can see Arthaniel just gets a little bit tugged forward. Can you make me a shadow test? This is a sorcery. So I think it will be a valor check. So as before.
Okay, so I shall now spend actually that second point of hope, invest in my future, that it may be longer or that much
and you
longer.
can feel the chill, and it's starting to gather around your chest, starting to move towards your heart, and you're starting to feel your heart slow down, weariness starting to come through your body.
That's not good. Oh, this is finally, it's a 9, a 10, 16, so it's a 16, and it's also a great success because I managed to get a Tengwa, so I managed to.
Okay.
Yeah, it's just
yeah.
That is pretty useful for you. So you got Tengwa, so you take 1 point of shadow,
yeah.
and then you kind of just shake it off. This creature's like and just steps forward to engage with you.
Nice.
Okay, top of the turn, Arthaniel stances.
I will remain. I need to deal with this guy.
You remaining forward? Esteldor.
What's that? I'll go defensive because I can do a combat task for protect companion, can I? If I do defensive. So I'll go defensive.
Which companion are you trying to protect? It'd be very hard to protect Arthaniel, who's like across the coffin from you.
Oh, that's true, yeah. I was thinking that, yeah.
A Tharbadian, perhaps?
I mean, I don't really...
I think we just found Esteldor's view of the Tharbadians right there.
They're just grave robbers.
Just push them in the back a little bit. Just.
Is Gert nearby, or is he too far for me to do that? It would have to be a Tharbadian.
Gert's not engaged with anything that currently.
Okay. Yeah, I'll go with defensive then. I'll do... Yeah, I'll protect the Tharbadian.
Yeah, okay. So you're going defensive. Gert?
Gert sees that Esteldor is going to... He steps back to help the Tharbadians deal with the last of their own. He sees that Arthaniel is face to face with an unspeakable horror. something inside of him switches, and he rushes into forward stance next to Arthaniel.
Wow. Okay. So, Arthaniel.
Rushes is a strong word.
You feel movement beside you, and Gert stands there. You can see the sweat kind of like pouring down his face. But he's got a torch, and it beats back some of the coldness, some of the warmth. Yeah, okay. Arthaniel, you've got an extra die from the Enharten.
Yes.
You got what, an extra die from the forward stance?
Yes. So that gives me 5. And I'm trying to sort of think about whether I can invoke one of my distinctive features and just be like bold and do like a super smashing attack, just almost completely disregarding my own safety to try to put this guy down, because I can feel that otherwise we could all be in big trouble, I think.
Yeah, okay, so for this round I'll let you invoke bold. I'm fairly certain that you can't do that on combat rolls, but I'm going to ignore that.
Okay.
I'm going to ignore it, so you can.
All right.
I'm not going to check the rule, but carry on.
Yeah, okay. No, but I'm just, because it says here literally, just if I may quote the bold, you trust your capabilities to the point that you're not easily daunted, readily placing yourself in danger.
Yeah, okay.
It's going to go all in or bust. Okay. So I have 3. One is from Manhattan. One is from the forward stance, so that puts me at 5. And I think when you have that inspired, when you're inspired, you get to roll the feat dice twice. Is that right?
Yeah.
No, when you're favored, you get to roll the feat dice twice. When you're inspired, you get, for a point of hope, you get 2 success dice added instead of 1.
That's right. So you have to spend a point.
So I have to spend the point. Yes, of course. I'm happy to do that. This is an investment. And can I go beyond 6 then?
Let's have a game of Spot the Economist. Yes, you can go beyond 6.
So I'm going with the crazy number of dice. Okay, yeah. Here we go. So this is like a careless. Well, not careless. I'm determined to just destroy him. But
I have to say, I've never actually really tried to use a spear, but I'm not sure swinging it side on is the way to do it.
No. This is like a.
Oh, right. You're coming all the way in.
And then yes.
Okay. Arthaniel throws himself bodily, spear first, at the fell creature. Do your worst, mortal.
Okay, so I now caught up with the combat rules. I mean, I know there's some magic shenanigans. I know he's going to do some dodgy tactics, but on paper it looks good. Yeah, I've got 8 on the feat die, and I have 2 Tanguar. This is like probably 35. I've not even counted the dice because it's 7 of them plus the feat die. So it is a success. The feat die is 8. And I read that I can spend each Tanguar for a special attack.
That's correct, you can.
So I would like to invest one of my die into a heavy blow, and the other in a piercing blow.
So that would so the piercing blow would mean that your feat goes to 11. Heavy blow means that you get your strength to the endurance loss plus 1 if you're using a 2-handed weapon, which you are. So what would be your damage? Let's deal with the damage first. That will be 4 plus your strength.
My strength is rating is 5.
So 9, 10 damage. 10 endurance.
And I also have the dour handed.
So it's doubles.
I'll have a look at that because I actually wasn't expecting a success. So
you're rolling with 7 dice. I stacked the deck totally to enable me to get a success.
You are.
Yeah, on heavy blow, +1 to feed die, and then okay.
So does that add to your endurance damage, dour-handed?
Yep. So it's 10. Yep.
So it's 10 endurance. Is that final?
It's 4 damage. Plus
4
the
plus
strength.
5 plus 1 is 10. Does dour-handed help at all?
No, four-handed is only adding +1 to the damage on the heavy blow. So is that another one?
Yeah. Okay. So it's 11. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Good.
And also, he has to now roll the.
He does. He rolls against your injury. So 1, 2, 3.
16 on that.
Let's think. It is 3. He doesn't get any bonus for this, but he can spend a point of hate to give himself a extra dice, which he is going to do. He is a hate-filled creature. Come on, dice. I'm not rolling as well as you are. What's the injury rating? 16?
Yeah, 16. He has to get 16.
Went out. Oh. That is 8, 11. And a Gandalf. But the Grey Wizard, Mithrandir, is no servant of Angmar's.
Yep.
Describe to me what happens as you vanquish this creature.
I've gone from just to trying to get towards his head and its scary eyes, and I was hoping to get somewhere in the middle to just shatter the sort of hooded creature and rip the cloak sort of in all different sort of directions as it goes. So as I landed, it goes perfectly. It must be going all the way up to the back of the hood.
Gert arrives beside you. Then adrenaline pumping. He sees Arthaniel leap bodily, almost swan diving towards the creature. No care or reason or care in the world as he plunges his spear straight through the forehead of the creature. Landing, he starts to tear at it. And as he's tearing at it, cloth turns to ash. Arthaniel lands, bang, smack into the stone, skids upwards. He's got a white mark all the way just kind of down here where he impacted. His hair tousled, covered in the ashes. His eyes aflame. His spearhead tarnished. The sword. Clang, clang, clang. The broken crown spins off to one side. The creature next to Esteldor but carries on fighting, animated by hate itself. There you go. Wow. Gert.
Very excited that his words were able to inspire such action.
Gert's making a push for steward of Bree.
Well, you get my vote. Not that it counts.
Make sure that Rangers can vote in the next election.
Yeah.
I think you said we were too far away to involve ourselves in the other part of the combat.
You race to that side of the coffin.
So I think with nothing to fight, Gert just runs to Arthaniel, makes sure that this is just ash and not some kind of injury, and also is kind of like stamping out the ashes and kind of waving his torch around. He's honestly really, really thrilled that Arthaniel was able to deal with that with him nearby rather than him being involved. So definitely wouldn't have gone that well for Gert, he knows. Realizing that the only witnesses are some suspect Tharbadians and 2 Rangers of the North, he realizes that this will just not be a tale to tell. And in the moment, he's not thinking about that really, which is, he thinks about the fact that he's not thinking about it, and that surprised him.
Very meta. Yeah. Okay, so open stance. The 2 Tharbadians that are beside Esteldor totally mess up. The first one going for the I rolled a Iosauron on that roll, which was a roll too late. That won't hit either. And then the creature kind of has sees Esteldor's kind of like just backed away a little bit, grabs bodily hold of one of the Tharbadians, starts to try to rip him apart, and is going to quite succeed at doing that as well. So did you say that you were using you were in defensive stance?
Yeah, my main task for my reign was going to be protect companion. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
So they lose
dice. So if you make a battle roll.
Yeah. Does Gert and Harten deal with this as well? Help give me extra dice for this as well.
And Harten.
You get +1. Yeah, you get +1 success die.
Okay, so
if you're in open or forward.
Yeah.
I'm in defense. I'm in defensive. Yeah, so
Okay.
Okay. So I'll still get 2 feet dog because I'm proficient in battle. Apparently.
I'll be right back.
Yeah,
Get off that far bad can you? 17. Yeah, I need 15. Yes, it's passed.
Okay. Did you roll any tangoirs?
Nope.
Okay, so it loses a dice. So let's do this again. That is there. You kind of manage to get yourself in between, kind of stop him from grabbing hold of the Tharbadian, keeping him away with your sword. Okay, so that's their turn. So it's now up to you guys. So what are you? We'll wait for Gert to return. The coldness remains. That it's not suddenly become warm with the defeat of the creature. The broken crown is just spinning there, and the sword has crashed down. Tolman is now at the top of the stairs. Looks like you all got it in hand, boys. And goes back to ferreting around wherever he was. So what are you guys doing now?
Can I change back to forward stance?
Yep. Okay.
Then I'm in front of the Tharbadian. I've pushed him away.
Okay. Yep. Arthaniel.
I can. I guess I'm on the other side of a sarcophagus.
Yep.
So I can just proceed to see if I can flank the last, the remaining.
Around. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Gert's been kind of like brushing you down and checking, are you okay? Stuff like that. Gert, what do you want to do?
Oh, I'll run around the sarcophagus too. Yeah. Surprised that Arthaniel did not jump over it, but he's no elf, I guess. So.
So what
I could throw my
spear.
spear.
Arthaniel, you in forward?
I'm gonna stay in forward. Yeah,
Forward?
I'm staying in forward.
Yeah, I'm staying forward. We're pushing this. Yeah.
Okay, so you two arrive. The creature is wholly focused upon Esteldor, who's between the Farbadians and the creature. You come up behind it. I'll let Gert go first this turn.
Hey.
You don't have to stand up.
Gert. So is Gert actually within range?
Yeah. It's not like you having to sprint across a great distance. There's a big coffin. You kind of stood. You raced around.
Yeah. Well, I got a tingle. No way. Gert is really inspired. I got a 21 with Tangwar.
Very nice.
It's very something's happening that he doesn't quite understand. Here, maybe he was just seeing Arthaniel really do something that was truly epically heroic, and for real stakes, not just preserving his own life. Has maybe done something to him. So the damage on that is actually 6. And I can add to that with my Tingwar, right?
Yes, you can. So you always got the ability to do a heavy blow.
I'll do that.
So that adds your strength, and if you're using a two-handed weapon, it adds +1 further.
So that'll be 10 damage then.
Okay. Gert races around. What weapon are you using? Is it a sword?
No, it's a axe.
An axe. Comes around and just starts on the unsuspecting, pushes it down to its knees, pushes it down to the ground, rips it out. A bit of intestine gets dragged out with it. You see, the Tharbadian's like that. Margot goes, I want to bury him! It's ended. Silent. Gert's kind of like got a butcher's apron style blood kind of like in front of him. There's silence, quiet, broken by Tolman whistling quite a merry little tune in the room of the stairs. What are you all doing?
I need to recollect my thoughts, so I take a moment or two.
Sheath my sword.
Yeah.
Can I go over and pick up the crown?
Yeah, you head over. You got to pick it up, yeah?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
King Esteldor. Is it?
What?
So that's
Shadow,
what you're
your
doing.
shadow taint.
You're chatting there. Malreg is racing across to the bodies. They're very clearly dead, but is there. Mulga, sorry, is there with the others. So you're picking up the crown, you're taking a deep breath. Tolman's just pottering. Yes, so you put your hand on the crown.
Mm-hmm.
It's cold, so cold, and you feel yourself falling slightly, and then you just catch yourself. Pick it up. You have it in your hand.
Is there any way? Is there any way I can return it to the coffin? I want to put it back into the coffin where it came from.
Okay.
That's my plan. That's my plan anyway.
Okay. So you'd have to take the top off the.
Yeah.
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 Okay. Release of the gases from within. There's knightly armor, but no body as such. And you, as you're placing the crown within, there is but one king calls dominion. And you place the crown there.
So I watch Malgar now as Esteldor is proceeding with that. I want to see what the reaction is of his and his men.
Malgar's got kind of like tears starting to form. His men are like looking at each other and checking that they're all right. He's like, "Fucking nearly had hold of you. My, what is this? This is ridiculous." And then one of them's going, "I can't really blame the axeman, but he's made a right fucking mess of it." Malgar kind of like stands and looks around, and he's, let's get them out. And they're starting to prepare them to be moved. Do you think we should take them, or should we just burn them? They might come back alive again. You can now start to see Malgar's hands are literally shaking. And he kind of like gets hold of one of his hands to try to stop it, but then the other hand starts shaking a little bit. What do you mean they might come back? Oh shit. Shit. That's what's happening with the Tharbadians.
I think Gert's going to go over and help them tend to the twice dead.
Yeah. I mean, as a minimum, you don't know how many times they've died before. So, in your experience, they are just twice dead.
So Gert will kind of put a hand on the Tharbadian and say, "Regardless of what we do, let's get them out of this cursed place where they fell. And if we do need to light their funeral pyre, let's do it above ground."
Yeah. Yes. That makes sense.
I go to Esteldor and just this is one wicked thing that happened. Do you think we should just leave it and bury the damn thing? I mean, close the entrance.
Esteldor is, his hand is just kind of like slow, very slow to move from the crown. Reluctantly slow to your view, Arthaniel, one could say.
I just put my hand on his arm, like on his shoulder, and it's like, maybe it's for the best.
Yes,
because I don't want to force to say.
Yes, yeah.
I don't
Hard
want
to hide a crown in your pocket.
I'm not a treasure hunter. I'm not after any treasure. It's okay.
I don't want to say the crown is precious to Esteldor.
Do you know he said that a voice spoke when I put the crown back into the coffin? Did only you hear that?
Only you heard that.
Okay.
Nobody else reacted to it. Is probably the best that you could establish.
Okay. Yeah, we probably should reseal this coffin and then try and seal the door as much as we can.
Yeah, there's no other ways. You don't go in anywhere. There's no doorways leading to anywhere.
No.
Okay.
Despite the fact that chat wants there to be a sulfur mine nearby, there are no other ways in or out. There's also the sword that landed, that clattered to the ground.
So you also said the name of the king had been written over in,
right. Chiseled over.
I assume, Angmarian? Is that, or is it just? Do they just share one dark language? The dark tongue.
You don't know.
I wouldn't know.
So I lowered the tone of
Angmarian
my
sounds
voice
like
now.
it should be a language, though. Sorry,
It-
Arthaniel.
No, it's
Agreed.
okay. I was just thinking. I just had a moment to think and just lower my voice now as I still continue talking to Esteldor and looking at my character sheet, which clearly says treasure hunter. So, I want to run something by. I'm not familiar or very knowledgeable in these magical situations. Then is it right? Do you think if we leave our old ancestor treasures, they could be picked up again by evil creatures? I mean, as a fellow ranger,
It occurs to
one
me,
argument could
Arthaniel,
be.
that it might not be these specific Tharbadians, but surely other Tharbadians would hear about this place.
But yes, so I'm trying to just have a discussion with Esteldor, but also I want to. Does the whole thing feel like really bad? Like, on the inside you go with your gut feeling. Being a ranger, I'm drawing on that to see if I really feel really bad and I should definitely leave this godforsaken place, or is my treasure hunter
That's
kind
for
of
you.
saying, well,
Yeah, that's for you to
yeah, okay.
decide. That's
So
wholly,
okay, so
wholly
that's
about
what's
you and your
happening then.
character.
So I'm talking to my comrade now, and Esteldor, on reflection, I think there is a temptation, and our ancestral weaponry and armor could fall into ill hands again. I don't know. I think we should talk about it.
It depends if we take it. If we take anything and it's corrupted by Angmar, maybe.
But we can take it to the rightful place. I'm not saying I want to own this stuff. We could deal it with some of our older elders. Maybe they can dispel a spell that was cast on it. Or
I'm only asking you to lend me the crown.
I mean, well, yeah, I suppose I know where we could take it back to our what's the word?
Are you thinking Rivendell? One of those clever elves, Elrons and the like.
Either that or our main base, our main home.
Oh, by Fornost, Numinas, all the places of that ilk.
Out of character, this is like a secret, isn't it? Like a secret ranger like town, sort of hidden somewhere.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So.
Yeah.
However, the Tharbadians are a concern, and they raise an issue for me. So I guess one of us will have to quietly pack this up.
I agree with you actually, because I don't like how they're saying that they did not raid the other coffins, but I don't believe them.
No, I don't think we can. But are you okay with such a heavy burden to stay behind and be able to put this together and just put it in your sort of rucksack and stuff?
We could share it.
Yeah, no, but I mean, literally just to take it out, I think from the practical reasons. No, I understand what you're saying, but one of us will have to lead everyone out, and you, under the auspice, sort of, I don't know, going for a leak or something, and just sort of stay
you
behind.
see the Tharbadians looking over at the conspiratorial whispering between the two rangers.
Can I do a quick law? Can I do a law roll?
Yeah, of course.
Just to quiet my mind, to be honest. Nope, I failed that. Okay.
So, as Esteldor, I'll leave you to it, but I must now have a discussion with these Tharbadians who are now getting a bit tired and probably a bit suspicious. I'll just have a quick chat with them.
Paul, while he does that in the background, Arthaniel goes off and does that. In the background, they might hear me humming. I'm trying to hum like some kind of like protective like tune to myself.
Yeah,
something
okay.
Yeah.
So some kind of like formula or kind of like chant that's designed to be protective in nature. Yeah, you're going kabaddi, 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 kabaddi.
I mean, I've got nothing in song, but I could do a song roll.
Yeah,
Just
go
to see
for
if
it. I mean, I've got nothing in
Yeah.
song. It doesn't stop
Yeah.
me.
Okay, so I go to the Tharbadians and just in a sort of
So you
straight
hear
up,
Esteldor going, stay alive, stay alive.
Oh.
You can tell by the way I walk. Exactly as bad as that.
It's pretty much just like a prayer to like
Oh, okay,
Yeah.
okay.
ancestors or something.
It's like living on a prayer. Halfway there. Okay, so as you're so Gert's been helping these guys start to kind of like wrap up the bodies, get ready to transport them, putting in various intestine. Oh, sorry, there's still one attached to his axe. It just pulls off a liver and pushes it back in the body.
Gert's an expert in dead bodies, though, now, isn't he?
It's got very intimate knowledge. Well, maybe not intimate knowledge, but yeah, very close knowledge of dead bodies. Tolman comes down, looks at the body, goes, "Oh, somebody did a job on that," and then heads over to where Arthaniel is. Arthaniel then kind of comes forward to kind of like chat to those guys. Esteldor is at the back singing away. Okay, so what are you guys? What's the plan now? What's the general approach?
Want to approach Malgar? Just sort of, I go straight to him.
He's white as a sheet.
And to just say Malgar.
You can see in the dirt on his face where like some of the tears kind of like fallen down.
So listen, Malgar. First of all, I'm sorry for the loss of your comrades. I'm sure you must have been close. But yes. On the bright side, we are lucky to be alive, and we should quickly leave this place. I just had a good discussion with my fellow ranger, and we will escort you out. We'll take you a bit along the way until you can find your directions. He's actually conducting a little ritual to seal this place, and it's a sort of a ranger's thing, if you like. He wants to make sure this is all protected and no evil will come here again, but he will come right behind us. And then let's just leave and perhaps discuss it outside. I don't think we should be staying in this forsaken place much longer.
I agree. Let's get these out, and then let's get this place closed up.
So there's a crown and a sword, and you said that there was like armor, inside.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So are they just like humping it off their backs, like got the sword, got the armor?
I think. Well, as far as I'm aware at the moment, unless I've misunderstood, the crown's still in the sarcophagus, the armor's still in the sarcophagus, and the sword is where it left. I think there's an intention to maybe tea leaf some or all of the aforementioned items, but that has not yet been enacted. Am I okay? Am I following along?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, that's correct. And because I also want to be able to claim plausible deniability, should if Esteldor decides to remove the items from the.
Okay.
I only got 3 shadow.
No, this is also
consider it an investment.
Some shadow without charge.
Yes, yeah. Think of it as an investment, Esteldor, I think.
Arthaniel's leading up the investment banking private equity arm of the Rangers of the North.
Well, we have many battles ahead of us still, clearly, looking at today's events.
Yeah, we had the Great Plague and now the financial crash of Fornos.
Yes. But I just before I do that, I wanted to approach Gert and just place my hand on his shoulder. Well done, Gert. We pulled it together. I didn't think we could actually do it, but I think we did it, and not too small part of yours, so you're a great companion. That's what I'm saying. I'm not good with big words, but I think we all did well, and you as well.
Gert kind of puts his arm on Arthaniel's shoulder and said, "Yes, what I saw today was truly heroic. I will always remember that. Thank you.
The bodies are starting to be carried upwards. Malga takes one lingering look back down the stairs. This place is accursed. And then turns his back and moves off and out. You hear sounds of cheering as they return, and then a scream of anguish. Gert, Esteldor, Arthaniel, what are your next actions?
I think I stay a bit behind. Just I like to be the one before last to leave. I'm not going to linger, but I'll make sure I help a little bit if I can. Anything that we want to lift and so on. But just to make sure that Esteldor has time.
Arthaniel adopts robber's stance.
Burglar, if you.
Esteldor,
I don't know how we're gonna get anything out of here. To be honest, about it being like spotted or.
Unless they.
So I don't. Yeah. I think Esteldor understood completely what Arthaniel was saying, but me as Sean, what do you want to take? Probably want to leave it all here, but
It's part of your heritage, fellas. I mean, I don't see the problem here.
Yeah.
I'm just trying to give Paul like all of the ammunition he needs forever.
Yeah, I mean, if I'm still with Esteldor in the same space, I think Esteldor were doing the right thing. I know there was an evil that we had to face, but the items are play a great importance.
When I put the crown back into the sarcophagus, though, I heard his voice in my head. You didn't hear it, did you?
No.
It was still the evil Angmar spirit voice. It wasn't the voice of the king, what I expected to hear.
Okay.
That's the only reason I'm wary about the crown.
This is tricky because I'm not really good with these magical things, but I would like one of our elders or someone with more knowledge to have a look at it. I don't. My view is that I don't want to claim any of this. For me, it's a bit tainted, but also part of history. So I'm also torn. But I think we should take it and give it to someone who can investigate.
Unless we leave it here for now, seal it up as best we can in the actual coffin.
Yeah.
And then maybe
drop a pin.
Do something that we can block the entrance why only we can get in. I don't know. I don't know how to ask a
We can. I think we as rangers are quite good at masking. Mask. So I can agree to that. Let's secure it.
And then once if we get chance to go back home, well, I get a chance to go back to our local base, we could get more people, maybe. Now we know which barrow it is.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. No. Okay. I think that's sensible.
So.
Because it's
Go on.
No, because I was just saying, thinking out loud that if we take anything, obviously. It could be very difficult to hide the presence of 3 items, regardless of the size and so on. And also, we're traveling with still suspected burglars, robbers, or brigands. I don't trust their intentions, so I think you're right, Esteldor. Let's revisit the place in the near future.
Indeed.
So the crown is in the coffin. The armor remains in the coffin. What about the sword?
And we put the sword. Yeah, we put the sword back in.
You can this time, Mama.
Yeah, I guess. I mean, if I'm closer, whoever's closer, I guess. If I'm closer, I'll pick it
Gotta
up.
be Arthaniel.
Okay.
Do it. Do it.
Okay. I will. Yeah, I'll just lift it up.
This
in a
isn't
sort
a
of.
ceremonial sword. This is a weapon of war.
Okay, just grab it and yeah.
You grab it.
Yeah.
Your hand feels the texture of the leather. Leather wielded by a king of ages ago. It's lighter than you thought it would be. And as you place it in the coffin, you see in your mind's eye it being driven deep into the body of Esteldor.
And can I, when I see that, can I just release it, sort of like?
You can, but as you release it, it doesn't clatter into the coffin. It clatters off the edge and down because you'd withdrawn your arm more than you thought you had.
Okay. So it's still out of the.
Esteldor, you see. So Esteldor, you see Arthaniel go and grab the sword. It kind of like comes across, kind of puts it as if he's going to place it in, but then he moves it back in a practiced movement and then drops it.
Okay. Are you okay? What was that about?
Yeah, there's still there. There's some evil thing about this place and this sword. I'll have to try and move it back in.
Pikachu face shocked on that comment.
How did you know?
As he fastens a crown on his head. What?
I will.
I am the king
Yes,
now.
exactly. Yes. By the way, nice crown. But as Esteldor, I'll try to do it again. Because I couldn't. I thought I could, but I couldn't. I think you understand what I'm saying.
This time,
Yes,
if
maybe,
I can't do it, we'll have to leave. But
yeah, maybe use your cloak to pick it up. That's that in character.
That's a D&D player right there.
Yeah. Because I thought I had. Yeah. Okay. It's a good idea. So I use some sort of a cloth to don't grab the handle of the sword, but just sort of the element.
Yeah, okay. So with a cloth, you kind of grab the blade itself, and you kind of like.
Well, the blade, and the I don't know what the name is of that. Is there that crossy bit where it protects?
Yeah.
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 So I would grab it like that as a handle, so not to.
Okay. Yeah. Okay.
Not to wield the weapon,
yeah,
but just to.
And
grab
then and you place it into the crown. Okay.
Am I able to do that? Okay. So in which case then, okay. Well, let's see. Let's seal it or close it and let's go.
Closed, sealed, cross guard.
So when we go out and I take everybody's out, so I just share with Esteldor what I saw. Just a quick sort of glimpse, and I felt it was.
I want you
quite
to share
scary.
that. I want to hear what you say to him.
Okay. Esteldor, it's this may sound weird, but when I grabbed the sword as if I was holding it, I felt the weight of the kings of many years in the past, and it felt good. It felt very light for a weapon. You could immediately test the quality, but what was most disturbing was that I could see a very clear picture of me attacking you with this sword. Let's leave it at that. And
right.
This is what drew me. So I think there is some evil magic around this place and these items. I think so. I think you are right. We should leave them behind, at least for now, and perhaps get someone who can help us deal with those scary situations.
At some point, it'll occur to Esteldor that Arthaniel still then went and picked you up a second time. Maybe not now, but yeah.
Yeah.
When Esteldor's next in the chat, hold on a minute. Okay, so you exit the chamber, you head through the 3 outer coffins. Tolman has been taking rubbings of the various patterns, seemingly at random, as he kind of like comes through with you. Where you cut your hand? He asks you, Arthaniel. And as soon as he says that, you feel a sharp bit of pain, and at some point you have got quite a deep cut across the middle of your hand that's kind of like dried up blood a little bit, but it's clearly spilled down and a bit absorbed by the edge of your sleeve.
It must have been that necromancer or something, as I was fighting him.
Oh.
Or one of his soldiers. Yeah, I didn't notice that. Actually.
And then you head out, blinking into the sunlight, the warmth, the earthy aromas, the dappled colours, the smell of Tomas cooking bacon, handing it around the Tharbadians.
My bacon.
The bacon of Gert. The Tharbadians have had a conversation, a discussion, and decided that they are going to burn the bodies. They behead them first and then burn them. Gudrun kind of says it just got a bit strange. Their conversation just got a bit weird. They were all like, where shall we bury these? And they were like, no, we all burned them. And then they were like, we'll have to behead them just to make sure they don't come back. And then they were going to chop off their hands so they couldn't put their heads back on. Oh my goodness, it was just crazy. You guys are suddenly incredibly hungry. Tomas comes over and hands you. So when are we going to go and see a lynx? King Dane / Barnack stands there. He's proud, admiring his kingdom. Don't know where my army is.
I think Gert very idly eats, just kind of absent-mindedly eats. So he's hungry. He recognizes that he's starving, but he's just kind of like chewing it and looking at the burning pyres. I assume that they've started the process.
Oh yeah, pretty immediately. Yeah.
Oh,
I
yeah.
heard you needed to do it within 12 hours of them turning. Etc. Tomas is really upbeat. There's a real contrasting mood between Tomas, who's like, hey, this is great fun, I'm having the time of my life, and you individuals that went in. After the bodies are burned, or suitably burned, because they're going to be there for a while, Malga comes across, a bit more composed. Thank you for aiding us. And he's got a bag. This is everything that we collected. We want none of it. Do with it what the wishes. Most of it was coins from around and about the place. Very little from in there. Apart from this one thing. That's all that we got. And it's a silver stag's head. Antlers coming out on a metal plinth. That's all that we took from within there. We're headed back to Tharbad. We won't be returning up this way. You've done me and mine a great service. If the ever comes down to Tharbad, ask for me, use my name, and it'll go easier for you. There's a few hotheads down there, but I won't forget this. Come on, lads, let's get us ends going. Sooner left, sooner arrived. I hear there's a guy coming to Tharbad soon. He's going to lose his os. And they got to start to make the way, trudging through the mud of the marsh, having broken camp.
Gert kind of gives a uncharacteristic silent goodbye to them, also kind of knowing that there's not a lot of decent trade in Tharbad, so probably won't be back there.
So when they leave, so Tharbad, I heard about it. I'm not a big, I don't know much about it. Is that still functioning as a city, or is it more of a abandoned and lawless structure?
So what would you know about Tharbad? It's not really a city. It's got an unsavoury reputation, I guess, within the Rangers. But the knowledge of Tharbad isn't particularly detailed or recent for you guys.
Do we have any outpost, Esteldor? Do you know any of our comrades that visit that city?
He stands there and ponders. Tharbad. None that I've been in contact with. I'd be usually keeping in contact with the people around the borders of the Shire and Bree land.
Well, at least it's useful.
Yeah, I'd have to ask next time I go home.
Sure. Yeah. I mean, at least now we have this Malgar. If we really have to be there, we can at least call upon his name. Okay.
What should we do with this? So I presume we'll be looking after this these items that he's collected. Arthaniel.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Let's because this is our business, so we should discuss it in an appropriate time and place. But yeah. I don't know. Can I say it that we will deal with it in the usual way? We'll spend 25% on recruitment, about 50% on fixed cost, and maybe invest 25. Sorry, got carried away.
Gudrun comes over. Have we? Sorry, I've got to help myself. Have we done what we came here to do?
No, we haven't really. We haven't followed the actual map yet.
Yeah.
We've still got the barrow. We've got to find the barrow, haven't we?
Oh, so that was the barrow, you think?
That
was the barrow. Oh,
yeah.
Okay.
It looked like the Bree man had been coming here and just taking bits of coin.
Okay.
So if we can make our way back to the road, I'd quite like to head back to Dale. Thomas has said that he's going to accompany me. We might see some links on the road, and then I can come back to Bree for the next spring. And then I'm really quite keen to go meet Bilbo. Take this letter that I've got for him.
Oh yeah. You haven't done that yet, have you? Yeah.
No, I haven't.
Yes.
Thomas Dale, that's pretty far. Are you sure you're ready?
Gudrun needs to be protected, and she said that there was likely some links in the big mountain there, and I said it would be good if I could at least see my family, but she said maybe just a little bit more time, so it can just to let it calm a little bit.
We are just racking up the shadow points.
So I think that's probably for the best, and I really don't want Gudrun going off on her own.
But you know there's probably more than a lynx out there, right?
Yeah, but we're going to go on the main road. We'll. And Barnack said he might come along with us as well.
Okay.
And he's like
might.
dwarven royalty, as far as I know.
Yeah.
I'll go up to him. Can I go up to Thomas and just clap him on the shoulder and be like, right, remember what we said about being stealthy?
Yeah.
Don't just charge into any situation.
Yeah.
Pointy end of the weapon goes at the enemy.
Oh. Yeah. Pointy end. Yeah. Pointy end forward.
He's got a spear, hasn't he, Paul? Or has he got a sword now? What's he got?
He's got a spear.
He's got a spear, yeah.
Don't
I think he
lose
tried
your
to use
spear.
your sword, but cut himself.
Oh, yeah. Don't lose your spear. Don't just throw it randomly. It's not a javelin.
Okay.
And take care of yourself. I hope you I hope you're safe on the road.
Yeah. You too, Esteldor.
Esteldor's genuinely concerned about him.
Yeah. That concern communicates itself. He kind of clasps you and say, "You too." Arthaniel, I've got some advice. Don't just go jumping into fights. Be more stealthy, and don't just check your spear.
It's very wise words. I will make sure to reflect on them.
Okay.
I might even use them, in the future. So yes, thank you.
Gert,
Esteldor, sorry, I just pulled Esteldor to the side. So we have sealed this. Yes, a little bit. Yes,
get all this stuff.
Yeah.
Sorry, go on.
No, but I just wanted to check if what's the best to seal/secure it. I don't think we can hide the entrance and then Bree men know about this, but we have to at least try to. I don't know. At least hide the.
Paul, were the doors made out of wood, Paul, or stone?
Hard wood.
Okay.
So really sturdy, like an oak. The metal bits are rusted a little, but the wood itself is pretty solid, even in the swamps.
Do you say that the one door will come off the hinges as well?
Yeah. So and even worse now that you force it wider for you to kind of get in.
Any boulders or pieces of wood lying about? We could at least block it a little bit.
There's loads of stuff lying around. There's a lot of stuff that the Tharbadians left behind as well, either in situ in their excavations.
Litterbugs.
Yeah, maybe just let's just block it. If somebody doesn't get the message, they will get in. Maybe they get killed.
As you're starting to kind of like block things, that Barnack comes to kind of like give you a hand. So with his kind of superior knowledge of stoneworking and craftsmanship in general terms, I'll make a crafts roll for him as he kind of like blocks it. He is favoured with craft, so he gets to do that. So that's 5, 10, 15.
This is very useful. My craft is literally 0.
He makes a very competent job of kind of closing it up in a way that it's reasonably well hidden, at least to a first glance. Takes him the rest of the day.
Cheers, Barnack.
You're welcome. Takes him the rest of the day. And you spend the night again there.
Okay.
Anyway, we can leave like a mark on the barrow to say like a warning.
Yeah, you can leave rangers marks. Where Hand of the Shadow present.
Yeah, I think that's good.
Easily done.
Esteldor.
Easily done. And unless you have particular other things that you wish to kind of like do, you then exit Marsh Stage right and down to the road.
Yeah.
Could I have done a healing? Can I do a healing roll to try and? Do I need to do a healing roll for my endurance or not? How does it work?
You can, but we're going to be going to a fellowship phase next in any case, so narratively it'll not make masses of difference. So you head down to the road. Takes you a handful of days to kind of get down there. There's a somber and subdued mood that you come out of as you get down to the road, and then as we get to the middle of summer, Gudrun's determined that she wants to head and spend some time in Dale. Thomas is determined that she's going to go. Barnack decides that's possibly the way he'll go. Though we'll check with Nick to see if that's what he wants to do. And then you guys get to decide what it is that you wish to do as we close the adventuring phase and move into a fellowship phase.
I think that before they leave, Gert will give Thomas his spare pipe.
Oh.
That now that he's of age, and he will give him his marsh soiled bag of pipeweed to carry with him. And maybe you'll get some fresher pipeweed in Dale, but this ought to tide you over.
Oh, thank you. That's fantastic.
Barnack can show you how to smoke if he goes with you.
Oh, yeah, I'll look so cool if I smoke. I'm going to look so mature. I'm going to, open myself up to all kinds of health complications in the future. But for now, I'll look amazing. That's not true, by the way. People, this is not an advert for smoking.
No.
But that's how Thomas thinks. Okay. Cool. He thanks you. He tries to give you something in return, and then realizes the only things of any great value he has is the pipe you've just given him and the pipe weed, and decides he's not going to do that.
And his little links.
His links, and I think he's got one of Gudrun's handkerchiefs.
Oh, yep, that's right.
But I'm not sure you want it back, actually. Gudrun certainly doesn't. Okay, so fellowship phase then, guys. So we'll set a duration. We then choose a destination. We perform updates and we choose undertakings. So rather than kind of going through all of that stuff now, I'm thinking that we would do that at the start of the next session. There's also experience points that I need to get on top of and award, and all that kind of stuff as well. But I'm thinking that we'll have a fellowship phase, and then the next adventuring phase will be escorting Tolman home, going to see Bilbo in the Shire, which is, I think, what we've agreed. Okay. Yeah. So I think I'm going to call the session there.
All right. That was
a longish episode, but that's cool.
Yeah, I think I may have been prophetic in naming this episode.
I think so. If you'd have said, let's name it Arthaniel Stumbles at the Key Moment, I wonder if it would play that differently.
Yeah.
We'll never know. That was certainly heroic Middle Earth action.
Yeah.
It's awesome.
I did feel a little
awesome.
pressure just to say this.
Yeah, I like the way it went from, like, genuine selfless, putting your life on the line against evil, through to, shall we just pilfer all this loot in the blink of an eye. It was the many facets of Arthaniel's character.
Yeah.
Well, I just had a quick look at my business card and read my job description. I was like, okay.
Good stuff.
Yeah, I'm supposed to be true-hearted as well, so...
I think you were true-hearted. You were like blocking, you were defending, you were putting stuff back, you weren't getting involved in shenanigans.
Also for the future, Paul, I keep meaning to mention it, I've got enemy law as my distinctive feature because I'm a champion.
Oh, okay.
I I think I'm going to stick with what my background, so it'd be orcs.
Yeah, that's cool.
On record.
Yep.
We've got on record now, on camera.
Yep, okay. Yeah, Eriador for orcs. Okay, makes a lot of sense. So then, shall we see if we can work out when we'll play next, which is always tricky in general terms anyway. I think we were aiming for the 17th of June, weren't we?
Mm-hmm. That's what we have on the schedule.
Mm-hmm.
Does that remain doable for everybody?
Yeah,
I think
I'm okay.
Yeah.
I'm fairly
Yeah.
Do we
certain
have a
I mentioned
day?
it to Joe as well. Sorry?
Sorry, did you say that we have a day in
The 17th. Saturday the 17th.
just checking up the Yes, it's fine.
Cool. I think Joe's okay. Then. And I'll check with Alessandro. Nick may have some troubles if he's scheduled to work the weekends, because I most assuredly couldn't do a weekday, and the time zones just wouldn't work for that. But we'll see when that starts. Experience is weird in this game because it's all like a session should last blah blah blah. You should have X number of sessions and adventuring phase and so on. Right, experience 55.
So I just want to run something by you, Esteldor. It's just a thought.
Should
I mean, we can
sneak
talk on the
back?
chat. Yes, of course. Yeah, that's
What's been
that
the
goes without
fellowship
saying.
phase?
The question is when. When do we sneak? When do we go back? When everybody's not looking. One of the things I will think for the fellowship phase is maybe go. So that's something that we can, like I said, discuss. But we could go to see someone who knows a thing about these things. That's I have to read a bit about this, but we could do that.
Yeah, I was thinking about even going to like the Ranger hideout, or I don't know. Do we know where Rivendell is, Paul?
You do not.
Ranger,
You two do not know where Rivendell is. You'll know of Rivendell.
I'd have to go back to the Ranger camp.
Yeah. Okay.
You might have even heard stories that the leader of the Dunedain was relocated to Rivendell, or the family line was relocated to Rivendell, but you wouldn't know anything definite because when Arathorn was killed, he was then so Aragorn was then taken into Rivendell with his men.
Sure.
Yeah.
Oh, did his mum not stay at with the Rangers though? I think
Possibly.
I know she's a patron in the book.
She's a patron,
Geraint, yeah.
Yeah, Geraint, yeah. Well, I imagine she at least went there to drop it off and just check out, make sure that Elrond wasn't going to use him to Aragorn to make Nike trainers or anything. Right, so you're going to get 3 skill points and 3 adventure points for every gaming session that you attend. So this was what, the 5th session, the 4th session?
Let's look at the scheduling.
Yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4.
I think it was the 5th.
I think it was the 5th as well.
Yeah, confusing me because
when
you split it in half for each session.
Yeah, the episodes, it all goes. So you'll get 15 skill points and 15 adventure points to spend.
Oh, okay.
15 skill.
And I think I don't think we'll have a Yule fellowship phase because I think we'll return for the back end of the summer, and we'll start the next adventuring phase late summer, early autumn just after and around harvest time. That'd be cool, actually, going into the Shire in harvest time. Okay, so if you guys want to think about what you want to do in the fellowship phase, in the previous game that we've played, on some fellowship phases, guys did like a short story, or something of that to narrate what happened and to kind of like turn the mechanical things into a narrative things. So if you want to do that, and then we can start the next session with people recounting what they did in their fellowship phases. And we'll take it from there. Cool. Excellent.
So I had a question about free undertakings.
Okay.
It's like they're meant to encourage you to kind of do actions that are more in line with your, captain, messenger, treasure hunter. It says that a company, including a captain, can choose this activity, which is strength and fellowship, as a free undertaking. Does that mean that I could do 2 undertakings, or?
Good question.
That's right. This is. Company chooses. Oh, the company as a group chooses a single undertaking in a normal or an ordinary fellowship phase. So.
Oh right. So in an ordinary fellowship phase, the company chooses, whereas a Yule fellowship phase, each player chooses.
Okay.
Right. Okay. During an ordinary fellowship phase, during each fellowship phase, the company is entitled to choose one additional undertaking, selecting it amongst those that are listed as free, based on the callings represented among the player heroes. So you would get 2 undertakings that everybody has to be signed up for, one of which is a free one of which is a non-free one. However, you guys are going to disperse. So I think what would make sense is that if you say that this is we'll treat it as if it's a Yule fellowship phase without the addition of the additional skill points. So if each of you choose your own, and then you can select a free fellowship phase as a company.
Yeah, that sounds great.
Okay.
Yep.
I think the strength and fellowship would actually be a really kind of like thematic one.
That's what I was really drawn to. I was really drawn to that one, as it kind of feels like we all really actually bonded. Definitely the Rangers and Gert bonded, fighting the Shadow.
Yeah, and Gudrun, Barnack, Thomas, they bonded, not fighting the Shadow.
Eating Gert's sausages, basically.
That's basically, Okay, so if you think about what undertaking you want, each player can choose their own undertaking. We'll just house rule dodge that, and then a group undertaking. But it's not a Yule phase, so you don't get the additional points, but you get 9.
Yeah, but we can all go separate ways.
15 points each to spend.
Nice.
Cool.
Okay.
Excellent. Well, thank you very much, everybody. Thank you for those who have been along for the ride on the stream, and anybody who watches it on YouTube. It'll be a lengthy episode because I can't think of a place where I can cut this either. But I might do, I don't know. Anyway, okay, cool. Cheers, gents. That was great. That was really good.
It was.
Speak soon. Thank you, everybody.
All right.
Thanks.
Thanks, y'all.
Bye.
See ya.